our discussion is all about multiplication of decimals. Now, how do we multiply decimal numbers? Here are the steps. First, align the numbers as if there were no decimals. So we have here, what is 8.54 multiplied by 0.51? So let's align it as if there were no decimals. So you may not need to align the decimal point. Then we multiply as usual. So let's multiply this. 1 times 4, 1 times 5, then 1 times 8 is 8, 5 times 4, that is 20, carry 2, so 5 times 5, 25, plus 2, 27, carry 2, 8 times 5, that is 42. Okay, we may not multiply this 0 here since it's still 0, so we add now. Okay, so 4, 5, 8 plus 7 is 15, carry 1, 3, then 4. Next step is count the total number of digits after the decimals in the factors. Okay, so we count the decimal places in the factors. We have 1, 2, then here's the decimal point, 3, 4. You may continue that. Then, the number of the decimal places in the product is the sum of the decimal places in the factors. So we have counted 4 decimal places. Then from here at the end, we may count 4 decimal places as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And our decimal point is between 4 and 3. So our answer is 4.3554. And place the decimal point in the answer. So this is our answer. Now, let's multiply decimals by 0.1 and 0.01 or 0.001. So if the given factors has 0.01, 0.1, 0.001 and so on, here is the step. You move the decimal point to the left as many times as the number of digits after the decimal points in the multiplier. So this 0.01 is our multiplier, and we may not need to multiply this one manually. All we need is to move the decimal point of this first factor, which is 0.94, or the multiplicand, as many times going to the left as the number of digits after the decimals in the multiplier. So we have here 1, 2. We have 2 decimal places. From here, the decimal point of this 0.94, we also move 2 places, 1, 2. Then our decimal point is here, and our answer, what is 0.94 times 0.01? The answer is 0.0094. Okay, so we already multiply it without multiplying it manually. All we need is to multiply or move the decimal point to the left as many times as the number of digits after the decimal point in the multiplier. That is, if the given other factor is 0.1, 0.01, 0.001, and so on. And if the given factor, the other factor, is multiplied by 10 or 100 or 1000, all you need is to move the decimal point of the multiplicand, which is the 13.1. We have here the product of 13.1 and 100. So we move the decimal point to the right as many times as the number of zeros in the multiplier. So we have here 1, 2. So there are 2 zeros. Then we move 2 places to the right. We have 1, 2. And we put 0 to the empty place value here. Then our answer is 1310. So, if you multiply numbers with factors such as 10, 100, 1000, and so on, you may just move the decimal point of the multiplicand as many times as the number of zeros in the multiplier, and that is the product. You may not multiply it manually. So let's have here more examples. What is 10.52 multiplied by 0.11? So we multiply as if there is no decimal point. So this is 2501, 2501. Okay, so this is 0. We may not multiply that, so we then add. 27511. Then for our decimal point in the product, we count the decimal places in the factors. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So from here, we also count for 1, 2, 3, 4. So our answer is 1.1372. Next, what is the product of 5.89 and 0.01? When you say product, that's the answer in multiplication. And again, if you are to multiply 0.01, 0.1, 0.001, and so on, you may not multiply it manually. Instead, you just move the decimal point of the multiplicand to the number of places here in the digits in the multiplier. So we have 1, 2. So from here, 1, 2, and we put 0 as the empty place value, and here's the decimal point. Add 0 before the decimal point just to identify that there's a decimal point here. So the answer is 0.0589. You may also try these examples. And let's see if your answers are correct. For number 1, the answer is 0.021, and for number 2, it's 6.20.